upgrades.
Hey everyone, Jedi Mike here from Team JBS. I'm here with my review of the last voyage of the Demeter. This is a film about Dracula, but a different type of Dracula that we've seen in other iterations of film, media, TV, and stuff like that, right? This basically is a story that takes mostly on place on sea, and we were introduced with a few other characters in this film and everything who have different motives in terms of why they wanted to get on sea and everything like that, right? But they have to carry this precious cargo and I forgot where they are in terms of the country that they're in, but they have to transport to London, right? And there's a lot of people are trying to get on this crew for money and everything, but the precious cargo, whatever, has like some symbols on it, and everyone just scared, terrified and everything. And basically saying, God, have mercy on your soul if you want to go on sea, whatever. People saying, hey, you can take your gold, whatever. I'm out. I'm not going on sea with that cargo, with that dragon or whatever symbol or something like that they're seeing, right? And again, not to give anything away, we see what's actually in that cargo, and as they're trying to transport it and everything like that, but they encounter Dracula. Now this form of Dracula is more of a monster, not just more of the humanoid type character that we really are familiar with, right? Stuff like that, right? We don't really see that. It's more of a monster type of more carnal type of Dracula monster, and basically he's kind of just each night, when the sun sets and everything, he's out for blood and everything like that. But I really did like some of the dynamics of the crew and everything, especially with the one of the main characters, who's a doctor and everything, basically saying, listen, I'm not here for money or anything. I'm trying to understand this world, right? And I think that, throughout this journey that you were seeing throughout this film is that you're kind of seeing that, some of these people's motives is like, whether it's for life or death. And then when we're reached terms of these, rough situations, when evil is amongst itself, right? How do we respond as as a human, as human beings and everything? How are we going to respond, right? And some people they resort to faith, some people they resort to being book smart and stuff like that, and some people just resort to just saying, hey, listen, we're not going out without a fight, whatever, and we do what we have to do, right? But I think one of the positives of this film, I did like some of the horror tropes they were trying to do, especially with the cinematography in this film, like giving you that sense of suspense and type of anxiety in the moment of like in this closed environment. You don't know where this monster is and stuff like that. But and it did a really good job in terms of giving some jump scares and stuff like that. There was a few, but one of the things that one of my biggest pet peeves I had with this film really was a plot, right? So for example, like I mentioned, it's a different type of Dracula. Not trying to give anything away, but with the rules of vampires, right? You have to understand like what they explain, right? Or they can't be in sunlight, or hey, they don't like silver, or whatever that might be, right? But this you don't really get at that explored that very well. And then and when you get to that point of at least trying to understand how to combat it, it's like being is unstoppable, right? There's no actually tools actually to defend yourself. Even when you think it is, it's like, no, it's nothing. And it's just like, what was the actual, like meaning of him of this whole voyage and everything, right? Especially the ship being called the Demeter. It is the last voyage, and you're seeing these old, tropes you see in movies and shows before, like when stories about seas, travel at sea and stuff, and the challenges he's facing there. But again, the thing is kind of pulling teeth in terms of when this threat was coming. It's like, okay, how this person arrived here? Wait, all right, you're here for what again? And then as we get to a point in, like, wait, he still like, are you still not gonna complete this threat, whatever. He's just like, oh, yep, he's still, this person, this being is still out there and everything like that. It just kind of left to really no ending point and no really satisfaction at the ending, really. And then if went to the best way I can explain this is that it kind of went from being Voyage at sea and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter at the end. Like that like the last 5 minutes felt like that in this movie. And it really just felt like, wait, what? It just kind of felt kind of confusing there. And again, I know this story is kind of based off of a novel and everything like that, but I really wish they kind of dive deeper in terms of who Dracula is, not just the being, just as a murderous, carnal type creature. And because that's the trope you're gonna go, then go with it. But then don't give this whole, oh yeah, he's actually human. And then the way he explained, like, wait, you mean tell me nobody cannot see this person? Like, there's something wrong with you, buddy. But yeah, that I just felt like that was just kind of confusing me. And I can share my experience with other people in the theater that, yeah, they kind of felt the same way too. Like, really? Okay. But again, I really didn't have no expectations with this film at all. I was, really just trying to see if this selling it to you as being like this horror type flick and everything, monster movie, and that's what you're gonna get, but I do believe they could have shaved off about 20 minutes or so off this movie, maybe 30 tops, because really it didn't have to be 2 hours long, really 9 minutes at best. But yeah, I really wish they just kind of broken up the logic within the plot, that when at the end, when you're trying to pay off some things or trying to conclude this story and stuff like that, it kind of come like disjointed. And then when emotional beats hit, whatever, which it definitely is emotional beats there, but it almost at the end kind of feel like, what was the point? Like, are you trying to build into it for a sequel? And if not, like, what was the real meaning of this story? There was a story about evil haunting you and everything, and how you prevail, and looking at the face saying, I'm not scared of you. And that's the trope there. Then I'm like, I wish it would deliver more, have more impact. And for me personally, I felt it really didn't though. But I don't know if I get a ranking out of this film. I just feel that if you are interested in monster movies, you're a fan of Dracula, go see this movie, and hopefully it can give you a type of different feel of Dracula than we've seen before. If you're a fan of ship movies and Voyage and stuff like that, you definitely get that in this movie. But yeah, y'all, that really kind of concludes in terms of my review and quick thoughts on the film of the last Voyage of the Demeter. Make sure you guys hit subscribe and comment, like, and share on Team JVS. And this is Jedi Mike 7. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.